Hey guys, Janette Barber, Daily Woodie, Central Park, New York City. Laura Canapé. This is the Coke and Hat. You asked last night. You wanted to see which one it was. And at first on the rack, it just looked like a regular cap. And I like those, but that's not something I would buy. Then I put it on. It's the shape. All of this fabric. I swear to God, I just love this hat. So, thank you for asking. Now, last night, I was not institutionalized, and that is just honestly a surprise, because for 24 hours, this had been going on in the building, a smoke alarm. There is no smoke alarm, and I couldn't find it. It wasn't my smoke alarm. My smoke alarm is under the sink because it goes off every time I turn on the oven. Apparently you're supposed to clean the oven. I mean, who knew? But, I'm not going to be bullied. So I just keep the smoke alarm where it will do no damage. My father, when they first came out, was so excited to have a smoke alarm. That's how he knew the toast was done. So, but I can't stand it. I cannot stand a repetitive rhythmic sound of any kind. It will drive me out of my freaking mind. Or clock ticking, even a clock ticking. I was staying at somebody's house one time, and they had a freaking wind up a tick, 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 beep, tick, beep, tick. I wrapped it up with towels and I threw it in the dustbin. And then I forgot. I forgot to, it was really a friend of a friend. So there goes that relationship. But beep, I can't freaking stand it. And I couldn't find it. It had been going on for a very long time. It didn't just start. It had been going on already. Beep, beep, beep. It was actually beep, beep, beep. And I don't know if that's a smoke alarm. What is that? Or is that just we hate Janette, we'd like her to die? Beep, beep, beep. I couldn't find it. I had told the super. He didn't know where it was. I don't think he looked hard enough, to be perfectly honest, but I love my super. And, but by midnight, because I can't, beep, 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 that'll keep me awake. As it is, I'm an insomniac. I sleep in a blindfold and earplugs. And there are certain sounds with an earplug that is just like a drum, bum, 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 bum. Your earplugs will make that louder. Beep, beep, beep. Just gets right into your head. So I thought I was going to die. So, and I'm getting madder and madder. Beep, 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 and madder. And am I the only person in the building? Can no one else complain? How is this, beep, beep, beep. How is it possible that this sound is all right with everybody? Beep, beep, beep. So, by midnight, I'm fit to be tied. Because he's not going to fix it now. So I get my father's baseball bat. I go, I'm going to find this freaking thing and I am going to slam this off the wall. I don't care. So I've got my baseball bat, I've got a mask, I've got gloves, and a selfie stick. Because I thought maybe something for the Woodie. But we can't use it because all I did was swear. Mother, a blue streak because I'm so mad. And at first I think it's in the stairwell. I go all the way up, all the way. It's not in the stairwell. The beep, beep, beep is not in the stairwell because that thing will echo through all the tile and everything. Beep, beep, beep. So I can't find it. So then I'm going from floor to floor. I go into the 4th floor, which is not where I live, and I'm just walking around and I'm muttering to myself. I turn around and some woman had come out of her apartment to use the trash chute. And I turn around and I'm there with a bat in one hand and a selfie stick and a very bad outfit, honest to God, incredibly ugly leotards, with a bulky merkin. Not really, but still, looking hideous. And I turn around and I go, can you hear that beep? Do you hear that beep? And she goes, no. I go, and then I want to take her by the neck and throttle her and go, what do you mean are you wah? But instead I go, oh, there's a beep. There's a beep. It's been beeping for 24 hours. And then I walk away. It's not till later in my apartment that it occurs to me what it must have been like for this woman to come into her hallway during this quarantine and see some nut walking around with a selfie stick and a baseball bat. But that was the case. So then I got on the 2nd floor and I found it. It wasn't in a hallway. It wasn't in a stairwell. It was in someone's apartment. Someone's apartment who had clearly left town for the quarantine. Beep, 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 right underneath me. Beep, beep, beep. And there's nothing I can do now because I can't really use a baseball bat to break my way in because I'm not strong enough. Not because I'm not willing, but because I'm not strong enough. Beep, beep, beep. So I'm doomed. I'm doomed to another night of no sleep. But my super did finally get in. I was able to report it. And he got in, but it did occur to me that maybe I could be a vigilante. That could be a new career because we're all looking for something. And if you guys are in some kind of a crisis like I was, you can throw up the bat signal. bat, this case, a baseball bat, wearing glasses and, I'm working. Perhaps a nice shawl. I think that would be something we can just project into the sky when you need my help. And I have also determined that if I ever run into that woman who saw me wearing bad leotards and a selfie stick with a baseball bat, I'll just lie. I mean, God created lying for a reason. It's not just there. Everything has its purpose in life, and this is where the lie is useful. When the shame is too great. I did this one, so I know it does work. I've actually never told this, but the first time I did stand-up is not the first time I did stand-up. It was years ago in Philadelphia. And I cut my finger on a bagel, a knife, obviously, and it was when I was working at John Robert Power's School of Modeling, be a model or just look like one. And I go into the school, and some talent manager was there, and I was loopy and funny. And so he goes, "You got to do stand-up. I'm going to represent you for stand-up," which means just go there. I didn't even know what stand-up was, other than Joan Rivers on Johnny Carson. So I just thought, oh, yes, he thought I was funny. I'll just tell my amusing stories. You can't do amusing stories in stand-up, but be that as it may. So I go to this club, and it was awful. It was awful because there was a heckler. I didn't know what a heckler was, didn't know they existed, didn't know this would happen. I was on second, which is a blessing. The first act was music. And music, it's not like it's pleasant, but you're playing a song. You got the music to carry you through. You're not supposed to stop and answer them. Then the MC goes back up and had to announced me 5 times. He said my name 5 times because every single time the heckling was so bad and he couldn't handle so funny, they throw me to the wolves, and I come up on stage. And so I thought I would, I'll tell my amusing. It might have even been that one I told on the first Woodie about being in the woods in Switzerland and having to sit down in it when a man appeared. Now that's not going to work in a stand-up club anyway, but it wouldn't have had this. Relentless, horrible. And then the owner of the club yells from the back of the room, "Get off before you die!" And that feels good. I gotta tell you, that's a good feeling. And so I did. I get off the stage, and with my girlfriend Anne-Marie Vrana, the one that I used to go by speed with, and by speed I mean legal diet pills. So we leave, and at the door, the heckler comes up. Later on, once I was a comic, I realized they do this a lot. They're proud of their horrible behavior. So the heckler comes up to me, and I turn, I realize who it is, and I look at him, and I bring my fist back, and I neck punched him. It's the only time I've ever done that. It's the only time I've ever hit a person, written thing. And he went back against the wall, and we left. And unfortunately, after that, I had a second date with some guy that I'd really liked, and it ended up being the last date because I was not in the best mood. Let's put it that way. And we go to a restaurant, and I picked up my wine glass, and I took a bite out of it. It shattered in my teeth. I was so upset because that's horrible if you don't know how to deal with it. And I did not walk on a stand-up stage again for I think 7 years. It was, maybe it was less than 7. It was years. It was years and years. It was so horrible. And I tell that story now because if I ever run into this woman again, that's the point. I was at work, John Robert Powers, and one of the other teachers was new, and she came in and she goes, "I've seen you perform." And I went, "Oh no, I don't think so." She goes, "Yes, I've seen you do stand-up." I was wearing the same outfit, and it was very distinctive. It was black, and remember, it was completely flat-chested, so it was split. It was almost to the navel, with a wide rust belt. I'm wearing the same freaking outfit. No, that's not me. And she said, I gaslighted her to the point where she's going, oh. I don't know if she ever believed me, but she walked away. That's what I'm going to do with that upstairs neighbor. If they ever think that I'm the one in the bad leotard with the baseball bat and the selfie stick, no. Probably someone shaped like me. So, that's it. I'm over time. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's just, you can just search Daily Woodie on YouTube or look at a link on the page because something happens with the listing when we get enough subscriptions. So please do that for me. And Absinthe Live on May 6th, 6:30 Eastern Time. And today is May 1st. So for you, Loogie, because you asked for it, Lou Klinger Madden, Loogie is her Woodie title, it's May 1st. Now is the month of May, and when merry lads were playing, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la, each with his bonny lass upon the greeny grass. I know you didn't really ask for it, but I'm pretending that you did. Each with his bonny lass upon the greeny grass, fa la la.